Welcome to 1 Million Cups. Thank you guys for coming out. How many of y'all is this your first time here? Nice. Well, welcome. I think you guys will enjoy it. For those of you who have been here before, you guys know the deal. We have 2 startups that are up here. They present for 6 minutes to you guys about what they're building here. Then there's 20 minutes of question and answer. This is your opportunity to help them grow. Ask them incisive questions, give advice, mentorship, make connections to customers or whatever else they need. We want to grow these folks here in our community and help them be successes so that they will convince other people to come up here and present. Number 1 person I want to thank is the fine folks at Kawa. This is I certainly needed a ton of coffee and bless them for that. I'd also like to thank my fellow organizers, Marie and Al. JJ Roberts, wherever it is. My name is Sean Kennedy. So we have a pretty cool action-packed program for you. We actually have 3 presenters today. We're going to do it a little different. We have 2 awesome groups. Our first presenter, Frank Snyder, this is actually his 3rd time here. He's the first person to reach 3 presentations, but I think we all enjoy his music, so I'll take, if he wants to come every week, that's fine with me.
Should be some music on top of this. Normally I bring my guitar, and today I wanted to share some music that's coming to town on March 4th at the taste of this for
She's smooth, she got nothing to prove. She knows what she likes and she likes to choose. No time for the blues, she never wears her shoes, and that suits me fine. She's sweet, like a marshmallow treat, skipping to the rhythm of the rain on a big city street. Life feels like shit, I'm having such a good time. Oh, I know that I love
So this is Peter Moon, and he's coming here to play this music on his acoustic guitar for us on March 4th. And so I'm going to tell you what sort of led up to this idea. Imagine this is for me. There we go. So my name's Fran Snyder. I'm founder of Concerts in Your Home and Listening Room Network and a couple of different things I'm going to be talking about today. Imagine being an artist, as a singer-songwriter, touring artist. How do you get your music out in the world? How do you create a sustainable career and develop new markets around the world without going broke? How do you do that and actually make money? And as a music fan, how do you normally experience music? Are you spending $100 on a ticket to sit 100 yards back from the stage while people are holding their cell phones in your face and drunks are yelling in your ear?
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
And as a business, what are you doing to inspire and rejuvenate your team, your employees on a regular basis? And what I want to talk to you about today is the Listening Room Festival solves all 3 of these problems. This is our 4th year, and we have 10 talented artists coming to town from states as far away as California, New York, and British Columbia, states and provinces. This is an international thing. We even had artists from South Africa apply to be part of this year. And the festival is a celebration of music in remarkable, intimate spaces like people's living rooms and offices and even art galleries and charities. And thanks to the Listening Room Festival, these 10 artists are coming to town to do a week's worth of shows, living rooms in the evenings, offices during the daytime, and they're each going to make about $2,000 or more while developing a solid fan base in Florida in just 1 week. They'll be playing all around the state, and they'll be doing house concerts and office concerts. Who here has been to a house concert? I know there's a handful of you, right? Well, these concerts create a really intimate experience between the artist and the audience. It's almost like every seat is a backstage pass. You get incredible access to the artist. And we work with artists from around the world that just thrive in this environment. They're not prima donnas who need to have an entourage and security. These are real people that are showing us that it's possible to create your art today. And that's something a lot of us need here. A lot of students, a lot of young people think that they have to play the lottery, the musical lottery, to have a career in music. They have to make it on American Idol. They have to get picked by a record label. They have to have 50 million hits on YouTube to make something happen. Well, these artists are all proof that by creating your own path, you can stay in control of your career, make the music that you want, and have a sustainable career that grows. And the festival is one way that we help these artists get a nice shot in the arm for the year and develop the market. But this is also a business opportunity. Your brand can be promoted to our audience, and sponsors can receive up to 1 million impressions through our signage, press, social media, and even our compilation CD. At the end of the, here's the compilation CD, pass that around. At the end of the week, we do a finale at the Palladium Theater, right down the street. And we've doubled our audience every year, and this year we intend to triple it. So we're going to need your help. That's part of why I'm here today. We've developed one of the most unique festivals in the world, and we've doubled our audience, and now we want to accelerate that growth. So that brings up a couple of questions. With house concerts, office concerts, CDs, we have a worldwide network of house concerts, and we need to create leverage. We've been at this for about 7 years, and we're fortunate that what we do with house concerts has been very well sustained through word of mouth, and it's grown sort of organically. But this year we're doing 4 important things, because we want to make our festival one of the best known in the world. We want to increase our audience, and we also want our existing network to help promote these new concepts like office concerts for us. So we're doing a couple important things. We're hiring a salesperson to recruit sponsors who want to share our platform and our audience. We're doing a national publicity campaign, both for office concerts and house concerts. We're creating these tools online for our existing community of about 5,000 people to help us promote this idea. And we want to fill the Palladium up with 500 new music fans for our finale on April 26th. We had an incredible show last year, and we want you to join us for this one. And this could be our biggest success yet, and really create the story that we need to create listening room festivals around the world. So the magic of house concerts and office concerts is something that you need to experience. And to that end, we want to connect with you. We're going to pass around a mailing list in just a few seconds. And you can, if you prefer, you can text 22828 with the message LRN, and we'll automatically add you to our mailing list. So March 4th, from 2 to 3 p.m. At the Tech Garage. Thanks to them, we're bringing in Peter Moon all the way from Nashville to play a free concert for you. So it's important that you sign up. Let us connect with you today, and I will take your questions.
Are tickets on sale to the ultimate event?
You busted me on that last week. We're going to do that next week, on Friday of next week. Tickets will be available to our kickoff event at the Hideaway Cafe, which is on the 20th. That's what starts the festival. And then all week long, we have house concerts and office concerts all over the Bay Area, actually statewide. And then we do the finale at the Palladium on the 26th. So the 2 big events, tickets will go on sale for that next Friday. And for the house concerts and office concerts are private events, so you need to join our list to get invited to some of these professional or private events.
We just asked maybe a million people a couple of weeks from now on that, in between. Can you tell us when the tickets have gone on sale to remind us?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks, Dave. Yes?
How do people get more information about sponsoring the festival?
Okay. So, if you sign up today, we will send you links to several different things. And also, Carly's recap tomorrow, we'll have a link for you, taking you to a page where you can do everything. You can ask information about sponsorships. You can ask for questions about the festival itself, or contact us.
So since you last presented here, how have you scaled this?
So we launched Office Concerts last year during the festival, and we gave it a lot of effort for that time. And we learned some important things about Office Concerts and how to sell those to businesses. So we didn't pursue the promotion of Office Concerts for the following 6 months while we retooled the program, made some adjustments, got a fabulous new website, thanks to Desiree. Desiree, if you'll stand up. This is Desiree Valoria. She has an extensive background in wellness, and she joined the team just a few months ago, and she actually is in charge of OfficeConcerts.com, breathing in a lot of new air, new energy, and new ideas for this. So I'm excited to have her working with Desiree, and she can answer your questions as well as I can when it comes to the world of Office Concerts. So, but essentially in terms of scaling, what we have is a community. Instead of having a product and trying to find an audience, we have an audience, and we have a new product to connect with them. And through that network, I believe we're going to get a lot of traction. And then we're also doing a national publicity campaign. I'm flying out to Seattle March 12th for an Office Concert event there. It's going to be covered by a national writer. I can't say exactly what publication it's going to be in yet, but we're getting some really remarkable talent, and so that's happening around the country for this, not just here in the Bay Area. Yes?
Range of music, what's your range of music that you bring in and how
So-
do you market to that?
Right, so our focus for 8 years now has been music that can happen in your living room. So that creates some obstacles, but what it has done is it allowed us to really focus on a type of artist, types of artists have very similar challenges. And so we've really sort of identified this narrow market of people who can kind of do their thing unplugged. People who don't need a big sound system to do a show. Oftentimes it's a solo or a duo act. One of the acts in the festival this year is Passerine, and they're out of Sarasota, and they're a 4-piece bluegrass band. But they don't have the big drum set. They don't need amps. Four of them can stand right here and play you a show just like this. So that's, when you talk about genres of music, that's going to exclude probably some rap and R&B. We do have some cool jazz folks. We have some bluegrass. We have some country. We have sort of the acoustic John Mayer singer-songwriter stuff. We have tons of that. And then we have some world-type acts. We even have a flamenco act that you got classical guitar and a little dancer who brings out a little 4x4 stage and does her thing. It's pretty fabulous. Imagine that in your living room.
For your office.
Or your office. Thank you.
I just want to say the difference between a CD, even on a Bose or an iPad, as opposed to the energy created by live music is so amazing, and you really need to tune into that. That's why what they're doing is so important.
Yes, we found, especially in the workplace, that's certainly stress is a killer, if not a downer. And in taking a real break from work in the afternoon, most of these programs, it's a short program. It's 35 to 45 minutes. It's not going to disrupt your day in a major way. And we find that it's a great opportunity for you to disconnect entirely from the all-consuming things that happen at work. When you go to lunch and you're still thinking about work. And this is something where you bring your team together. They feel a sense of connection, not only with the artists, but with each other. And that's great for stress. It's great for concentration. And go back to work refreshed and really attack the day's work. Yes?
Is it just like the house concerts where people can decide to give a donation to the artist? Or is it going to be the business is going to pay the artist in some way to have different activities to do?
Good question, thanks. House concerts, the way they operate is typically a suggested donation. So the host is inviting an artist, inviting their friends and neighbors to come attend the show, and every attendee is expected to give $10, $15, $20, whatever they've agreed to for that particular show. With office concerts, they're just basically a simple flat fee that the company, either through your wellness budget or your office budget, but they start at $350, so they're not expensive at all. So that's just basically a flat fee for a 35 to 45 minute performance.
How do you handle the merchandise for the artists when they're at their show, when they sell their CDs and t-shirts?
It's fantastic. These artists do everything. They show up, they set up a little table, by the door on the kitchen table, and during the break of the performance or after the performance, people come right up, and the artists take out their cell phone, they pop the little square chip in there, and they sit there and run their own merch.
You say there's no percentage out of that?
No, we don't even take a percentage of the concerts most of the time. The artists in our network pay us a yearly fee to be part of what we do. And that way, we're not chasing nickels and dimes. We get a membership fee from them every year. And some of these artists are, making tens of thousands of dollars for a network. Yes?
How do you go about recruiting the artists?
The fun part is we really don't have to recruit the artists. We've created something that's pretty compelling. If you're a touring artist, the options when you are touring, especially on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights, you're trying to develop a new market. Even the best club in town, you have to work so hard to get enough people in that room to make it profitable for yourself, for the club, and for the people in the audience not to see 50 empty seats. Nothing takes the energy out of a room like empty chairs. And that's part of what makes this so vibrant. Everybody's here. Every Wednesday, this place is full, and it gives you a great vibe. It's the same thing with music. I'm not sure I fully answered your question.
Well, if you don't need to.
Oh, so yeah, the idea is that house concerts, not only are they getting a show, they're getting a captive audience. The host invited their friends. The artist didn't have to buy ads. And typically, the tradition of house concerts is the host actually puts you up for the night if you're an artist and you're traveling. So there goes your hotel and probably your food expense because you're a guest in somebody's home. So those are huge, huge advantages when you're an artist on the road. And that's made it sort of compelling. There's an audition process. They sign up through your website. Our challenge is getting hosts and venues. That's what we have to market. Yeah. Did you have a question? No? Oh.
Is there a way to have a catalog of the artists where you can go and see YouTube videos or?
Concertsinyourhome.com. Click on artists. And it'll show you actually the artists who are coming to a particular state. So you select Florida, you see who's coming over the next few months. So you have artists that are actually telling you when they're planning on being here. So you can check those out. And then you can do a search by name or by genre if you want to get more specific.
But you don't have direct links. Do you have links to there too, like YouTube videos?
Yeah, exactly. So each artist has a profile on our website. So when you go there, you'll see videos, 3 songs, bio, recommendations from other hosts, and a link to their website if you want to get more information.
Are the videos posted on your site or are they links to YouTube?
There are embedded YouTube videos in there. So you don't have to leave the site to see them.
But they have ads on them.
Some of them do. Some of them are smart enough to take those out.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yes.
What has been the largest or smallest home that you've had a concert in?
So most of I have an apartment downtown. I host shows for 15 guests with all the so the concept we came up with called 10-10 concerts, 10 songs for 10 or more guests. So the small side is 12 to 15 guests. And again, you're not going to do that on a Saturday, but if an artist needs a Tuesday night show, that's what I do for them, Sunday nights, Monday nights, Tuesday nights. In terms of big houses, we have one in Tarpon Springs that seats almost 100 people inside. And then we have some crazy folks in California where it never rains in the summertime, and they do theirs outside and get 200 people. And they make people sign a release form, so that's crazy. But generally it's like 20 to 35 people is the comfort zone for most people. Yes?
So if we had a request, like if, Go-Go Giants playing on Saturday, so you get Samir to come over and do a show on the beach on Thursday night, can you arrange that?
If he's part of our network,
But they have to opt into your network?
yeah.
Okay.
Essentially.
Do you have requests? Can you request artists too
Sure.
on your site?
Well, actually, there's not a form for you to request, but you can email us.
Okay.
But yeah, the hosts on our site typically fall in love with this. They start doing it like every month or at least every quarter. And by hosting artists, they get sort of tapped into our network and a little bit beyond. So we don't require you to only host concerts in your home artists.
Okay.
But if we're going to work to make that happen, since we don't really do commission type stuff, we tend to promote people in our network.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm curious, for the office concerts, do you have individuals in the company who book somebody for a coworker or for a special occasion?
I'm not sure if I understand the question.
Well, for your office concerts, you're dealing with a company itself, like where to.
Either HR or something like that, right?
And I'm wondering, within a company, do you ever get bookings from an individual who's working at that company who wants to book you for a coworker's birthday or for some special occasion?
Okay.
Celebrate at the office?
So that can happen. One of the challenges for us is we're all about concerts. We're all about this intimate connection between the artist and the host. And when it comes to doing parties, birthday parties, that tends to be more about something else. And it makes it kind of difficult to create the atmosphere that we seek for our shows. So we've seen people do it successfully, but if you're doing it as a birthday party, a lot of people that are going to be there are not there for the music. They're there because it's Charlie's birthday. We have to be there, right? And so now you wind up with half the room that's really not into the music, or at least not expecting to connect with the music. So it creates problems for us. Yes?
You're talking about like playing to like rooms of 15, 20 people. How much are the bands getting paid to go play such a small show?
So at my place, with 15 people, each contributing about $10 each, that's 150 base. Then they probably sell $50 to $100 of merchandise, so they're making about $250 for an hour show that they didn't have to promote. They didn't even have to bring in their sound system. They come in and play for an hour, have a great time, free place to stay, they get fed.
You guys bring the sound system and a backline for them? Or?
No, we do small stuff that doesn't require a sound system, and if an artist...
It's like duos, essentially.
Solos and duos, that kind of stuff. And if there are some that want to have a sound system, especially if you get into 20 or more people in the audience, I like to have it, because if you're doing like sort of light finger picking type stuff, you don't want to be really annoying, so it's nice to have a little bit. But every artist that we work with brings whatever they need. So if they need a sound system, the host doesn't have to worry about it. Yes?
Since you're are subscription-based,
Yes?
do you guarantee them a certain number of engagements?
No, they know that we can't force people to like what they do. So as they go through our audition process, they get evaluated by hosts that are actually in our network, and they get constructive feedback about what's working and what's not. They have to give us 2 videos and a professional website that shows that they're touring, that they're not musicians, they're not just a weekend warrior who's never toured before, but they're committed. Because that's the thing, if they're not really touring, and if our network is worldwide, even though the majority of it is right here in the United States, if you can't tour, if you're not willing to leave town, you're really limiting your opportunities in our network. So they know that it's $300 to join, so we know they're serious when they join. And basically, once they're a member, they can make inquiries to hosts in our entire network, and it relies on the strength of their promotional materials, their ability to tour where the opportunities are, and their ability to close those sales and persist when somebody says, not now, I'm busy, I'm going on vacation, can you check back with me in a couple months? There's a lot of that goes on when you're trying to book shows. So they have to be diligent, just like the rest of us.
So other than $300, is there any residual income beyond that?
For us?
Yes.
They can buy sort of featured listings, they apply for our festivals, there are some other things that we do with them, but that's really the lion's share of our income when it comes to Concert City Hall is artist memberships. Yes, in the back, Chris.
Just since you're pointing it out, he said $10. I have 3 clients that do this in my chair alone. Each of them get $20 to $25 for the artist, and they house Jim and Ruth housed, 18 or 20, I believe, the last time, so it still does vary. So
right,
if you had 20 people at $20 an hour, you're at 400, not at, you're
right.
already way past what he's even calculated, but he's just giving you the low level.
Right, so yeah, exactly. I described sort of small size.
I'm a numbers guy.
But 30 at 15 ahead is 600. I'm sorry, it's $450 plus merch. So it's easy to make $500, $600 sometimes from these shows, and so just one show gets their membership money back. There's a question in the back. Yes.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about the internals of your organization. How many staff do you have? What are your margins? Are you self-sustaining? Are you needing venture capital or angel investment? I mean, where are you guys at in terms of the internal structure?
So we've been bootstrapped since 2006. We've grown sort of incrementally in that time, and this is the year that really house concerts are taking off. That if you search for house concerts, there's a new article on house concerts almost every week, and I'm actually writing a book, because what we do, we're pretty much the biggest player on that sphere. In terms of internally, I have a partner in Colorado. I have Desiree working office concerts for me and also helping with the festival, and we're also looking to hire a salesperson for the sponsorship and office concerts side of things as well. So that's where we are in terms of staffing. We have just an amazing amount of volunteer work that happens. Every host that does this, when you host a show in your house, you're not trying to make money. You don't get a cut of anything. You're doing it because you love it, because you're passionate about music, and you love bringing your friends together and bringing the community together. So all these hosts, we have 1,000 hosts around the world that are just, they love this. Yes?
Hi, you mentioned that you wanted the Palladium finale to triple in attendance, but
Yes.
what else can the community do for the event?
All right, so we have a little, you might have heard the thing called Facebook. We have a little page there called listeningroomfestival.com. We will be putting a lot of content on that feed over the next 2 months to promote this show. Promoting the individual artists as house concert artists, as office concert artists. And one of the biggest things that you can do for us is like that page and tune in, and when you see something cool, share it. That is so effective when we have people who enjoy what we do share our content. And we're getting really good at creating the kind of content that generates activity. So all you have to do is pay attention and share, and in the process you're going to discover some great music. While Sean's doing the announcements, I'm going to pass out. I'm going to pass out.
Please do. So, how many of you guys have heard of South by Southwest? South by Southworst. Am I right? We have a better alternative. Ginger Regula is here to talk about the Gasparilla Interactive Festival, which is coming up, which is going to be awesome in this area. Ginger, 30 minutes. We don't have time for questions, but Ginger will be here after to talk to you about anything you guys have questions.
All right, good. So I saw a lot of hands go up about South by Southwest. And here in Tampa Bay, we've got Gasparilla film and arts and music and these weird pirate things that go on, the Gasparilla Classic. But the thing that was missing for so long was that interactive element about technology and innovation and what's really going on that cutting edge of things that are related to our lives at work, but also our lives at home and the way that we all stay connected. And so we started the Gasparilla Interactive Festival. And the very first one is going to be at Port Tampa Bay on March 6th. And tickets are $150, and we have an unbelievable set of speakers coming into town, including Ferris Yacob, one of the sharpest advertising minds around, as voted by Better Mousetrap, and one of the 10 modern-day madmen. Joanna Lord, who is the VP of Marketing at Port. She's a digital marketing expert, has been through all kinds of startups in Silicon Valley. Peter Shankman, he was the founder of Help a Reporter Out, which sold to Vocus for like $1 gajillion, and now he's an author and a consultant and really, really smart guy. Savannah Peterson, Global Community Manager at Shapeways, which is the world's largest community of 3D printing entrepreneurs. So it's going to be a full packed day. It goes from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock that evening with individual speakers, but also panel discussions talking about augmented reality and artificial intelligence, and it's all about entrepreneurial innovation and technology. So there's the advertising element of it, of what's sort of traditionally interactive, but we're also going to be talking about biotech and transportation and how those things are becoming interconnected, and that new idea of the Internet of Things and how everything is getting connected to online. It's, let's see, I mentioned $150. I'm one of the founders. There are going to be up to 100 founders. This is the only year that we're selling founding memberships. $1,000. You will forever be known as a founder of the Gasparilla Interactive Festival, always listed on everything, and part of the community that's going to help us drive content in future years. And so those are $1,000, and this year you'll get 4 tickets to the event with that. So as I mentioned, March 6th from 8 to 6 p.m. And then there's going to be an after party, which is the kickoff to the Gasparilla Music Festival. So we're all going to go over there and listen to some music as well. So as I mentioned, we don't have a whole lot of time for questions now, but I'm going to be staying afterwards to answer any questions. You may have seen this guy around, this cute yet terrifying guy about the Gasparilla Interactive. So I've got a couple of posters here if you'd like to help promote it. Thank you very much.
All right, well, speaking of the Internet of Things and things in general, look at this thing. What is this thing? Bilal, would you come up and explain what this thing is?
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. Very excited. All right, so Priatek's the name of our company. It stands for Prize Advertising Technology. We have trademarked prize-based digital advertising. So it's the convergence of prize promotions and digital signage. And the public will know us as You Gotta Play. So our slogan is to win, you gotta play. So what is You Gotta Play? It's a social media platform driven by prize promotions and discounts off of consumers' favorite products. So all you have to do is sign into You Gotta Play and you have access to your favorite prize promotions. Oops. Did that go too fast? Okay. So we offer a very compelling user experience, and there's different ways for consumers to win prizes. They can win through an instant win, through a collect to win. So if you collect like letters and you spell a word, you can win that way. You could, we always offer you a random coupon off of the promotion you chose. So you're gonna always walk away with 10 to 90% off the product you chose. We weave in a video game tournament at times, which is a great way to cross-promote and provide a compelling user experience, and people like that fact. And then we also offer loyalty points, which you could then transfer to merchandise or your favorite charity. And we could also combine these things. The first 3, for instance, is in essence duplicating Monopoly McDonald's. So what do? We create promotions, legal, promotional designs, license fees, management, customer service, and we provide this all turnkey. Then we market those promotions on kiosks, social networks, and mobile for you. Now, prize promotions have been massive. It's a billion-dollar industry growing to $5.5 billion. 70% of the top 2,000 companies are using prize promotions. It's the #1 engagement forum on Facebook. So advertisers are reaching consumers through prize promotions, and people love prize promotions, otherwise they wouldn't be playing them, right? So what's holding them back? This must be timed or something. What's holding them back from that? It's all the setup fee, right? You got all this set up, and usually you have to hire a PR firm, a legal firm to do that. We do it all turnkey at no charge. And then we'll help you and market this thing in high traffic locations. And we only charge on performance base. So this is our unique selling proposition, is this kiosk, right? And we have it in different form factors. So this is another look at it. So we call this prize-based digital advertising. If you're willing to give away a prize, we'll give you this ad for free. So you know, if Nike, for instance, came up to us and said, oh, let me give you a better example, Chart House. They spend $15,000 a month advertising at the airport. Okay, they're one of our current advertisers. And we don't charge them for the ad if they give away a free dinner. Okay? We only charge them a quarter per engagement. So if they spend the same $15,000 with us, it's 60,000 coupons to people who came up and said, I like Chart House and I'm interested in one of your coupons. So what's an engagement? It's a registration, right? The first thing you do is you see a prize you like, you come up to it, you register to win that prize. Then we weave in a survey question. So say you pick Nike sneakers. We'll ask you a question in the form of a preference. What kind of sneakers would you like to win? And you push running sneakers. We're profiling you, right? We now know you like Nike and that you like to run. Then we'll potentially weave in a video game contest in here. But you can skip the video game if you like, and you go right to a coupon wheel. So you're going to walk away between 10 to 90% off those Nike sneakers. And then we give you an opportunity to purchase it. So what we've done here is we've taken a product and gone from impression all the way to sale. We call that a full cycle. And then we have the ability to re-engage that consumer based on their preferences. Right? Lots of databases today But how do you re-engage them in a fun and entertaining way? We do that, and it mobilizes people back to the kiosk. This is an example of, our kiosk in a mall. We're going in the Westfield malls, so you'll see us in Citrus and Countryside. And what I like to show here is that we're bridging the digital with the retail, right? Westfield Malls has 60 million people walking through it on a monthly basis. Each particular mall is somewhere between 500,000 to 1 million people, and you're getting all those free impressions. We can work with local and national advertisers. So what's really cool about this is it works just like Google. You can pick your budget, your territory, and your price per engagement. So if a hair salon in the local area is interested in a $150 budget at a quarter a piece, we'll only advertise that promotion in their area. And then once they run through 600 coupons, the promotion just ends. Wow. We offer real-time analytics, so you'll know the number of engagements, number of coupons issued, sales summary surveys, that again, just like Google. We offer these kiosks for free to retail locations. So retail stores, malls, hotels. Here's an example of it being in a hotel, for instance, right? We digitized all the brochures. It didn't cost the hotel anything. And if that person buys deep sea fishing, the hotel makes part of that revenue. We work through a distributorship channel that finances our kiosks and gets it out there for us. Great team out there. We will have a $500 million business in 5 years. Sounds like a lot, but Chuck E. Cheese does $500 million with 400 stores. So this represents just 5 national chains that could get us there. We've completed the kiosk network mobile. We're launching next week. We have patent pendings. We've sold 12 territories throughout the country. Great management team. We've manufactured 35 kiosks in the field now. We talked about Westfield Malls. We're rolling out in 12 major cities this year. And we're looking to finish our raise to build different kinds of platforms like this, to license brands like Wheel of Fortune, Monopoly, Deal, and ODL. And we're raising $1 million through Angel. We've already raised $3 million. We're looking for advertisers if you're interested in advertising. And if you have a retail location that would like this kiosk, let me know.
You mentioned that this is transaction-based fees.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if on the front end there are some fees associated with your creating digital brochures for businesses that want to advertise.
Currently, we don't. But once we get busy, we might have to outsource that part to like PR agencies, and they'll charge somewhere between $75 to $100 to produce an ad like this. But currently, we're running the promotion, and we're just doing it for free.
I have a question about your team. I know you had to go over that pretty quick. As a growing company that has a very aggressive, what looks like an aggressive income revenue stream, can you talk a little bit more about your team?
Yeah, a little bit, just to give you a little bit about my background, and then I'll introduce my team, some of my teams here. I started a company called Global VR in 1998 in Silicon Valley. What I was known for is taking games and porting them into a kiosk. So my biggest partners were Electronic Arts and Activision. And the game I was most known for was Tiger Woods PGA Tour. And I gave $1 million out to play the game in my cabinet. It signed up 500,000 people. And then whenever I push the button and change the weather conditions in the game, it actually mobilized those 500,000 people to sports bars. It was the most amazing experience. And then I walked to the sports bar, and all these people would be like, wow, you just drove 10 people to my location on a Tuesday night. And I had a social network before I even knew what the word meant. So that was the nucleus of what started this off. And then I've got a wonderful team. I've got Vice President of Sales right there, Bobby Tinsley. You can raise your hand. VP of Marketing back over here, James Goldney. And my Operations Director right there is Jay. So, and then the rest of my team, they've all come from public companies. My COO. We have the former head of Google for New England that's running our national sales. He's out of Boston. We've got people from Honeywell and so forth. So it's a lot of technology behind this.
So are you guys local here, or you're not local?
We're in Odessa, actually Florida, which is not too much technology-wise going down there. We're looking at something. Yeah, I'm going to open a cow wash. Unless I get them to play games. But we're looking to move down either to South Tampa or potentially St. Pete.
Oh, St. Pete.
We love it. We do, we love it. You guys are wonderful.
You can all collect your money for saying that on the way out.
So you mentioned third-party games. What is that going to margin? So we're licensing. We have access to 1 million mobile games out there, right? And they're all having the digital problem of there's a lot of noise and how do I market my game? So one of my advisory board members is on the board of the IDSA, the governing body of all electronic games. And he introduces me to companies, and if they'll put their game on here, and we give them part of the advertising revenue for that, and a lot of exposure, right? So if your business is on Amazon or eBay, and you're looking to stand out from the crowd because you sell cowboy boots and you have 100 or 1,000 other competitors, this is the way to give you retail exposure and get you in the Westfield malls during Christmas holiday.
It's time for ours to be sell software on the kiosk as well.
Yes, so we'll sell any type of product, even digital products out there. Absolutely.
What's an example of a game? How would somebody engage with it? What was that experience like?
Yeah, so you come up to it, you can select through a wheel here of prizes, you pick on when you stop, you push play to win, and a little movie comes on, and the woman comes and tells you that you just have to register and we don't sell your information. Very important part, trust. We don't sell the consumer's information. And you register. So you just give us your email and date of birth and so forth. And then you're in. And what you do is you just push play to win. A game comes up, and you can play that game to win the prize, right? If you play the game, great. If you don't, you just push quit, and it goes right to a coupon wheel, issues the coupon, which can be printed out here or go to your mobile phone, and then you can purchase it. Yes, sir.
How are the stakes? Like I see there's BMW lease and then a T-shirt. You know, are the games comparable to the stakes of the prize?
So sometimes, right? You want to tie the game and the game demographics to the actual game. So I'm not interested in more ad games as I'm interested in the demographic that plays that game and that it's associated with the prize. So Candy Crush, right? Like women play Candy Crush, and we know that demographic, right? That might be tied to Gucci shoes. The Gucci shoes don't particularly need to be in the Candy Crush. Yes, sir.
How do you evaluate like who's coming up to the kiosk, for example? Like how do you prevent me from putting in bogus information there? Because one good thing about spending money on kind of Google or Facebook ad is I know for a fact that I've got a 34-year-old male who is interested in this. If I come up, I'm going to as I can do a coupon. So how do you?
Well, if you win the prize, I'm not going to be able to send it to you if you give me bogus.
How do you print it out?
Oh yeah. I guess you could get fake information on that. And if it becomes problematic for us, we can straight go to, you have to insert your credit card to verify who you are. But we don't particularly think that's a problem. There's been studies on prize promotion. The woman who ran Monopoly at McDonald's is also on our advisory board, so she's my coach when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And I never had a problem with the golf game, because again, if you want to win the prize, you're going to have to tell us who you are. So we could verify that. Yes.
What's the valuation and what kind of investment are you looking for? You have the numbers kind of quick, so.
Yeah, so we have, we did an angel round, we raised $3 million, we're looking for another $1 million. We have a preferred, so we pay distributions back to our investors for the life of the company. And how it works is 100% of the profits go back to the initial investors of the company. So we're currently at a $9 million valuation. We're kicking to an 18.6 valuation after we launch into the market. And I can explain more of that. We have whole perspectives on that. Where I think this can go is 35 million users at $200 valuation per. So $7 billion potential.
And your exit strategy is?
My exit strategy is sell to Google or Facebook or Amazon. Like, because it's a social network, right? Amazon's looking for retail venues out there. They're actually starting stores, for instance, right? You can just put Amazon up here.
Are you in conversation with any of those companies yet?
I've met with Google, and that's about it. But Google, perfect company for us. They're in performance-based advertising, right? We can go into movie theaters. Disney would love that, so they can move their products through there. So we're trying to stay away from the big guys, and let's get out in the market, let's prove our traction, and then we'll go talk more. Yes, sir.
Just a question. Who are your main competitors? because I think that company, Clear Channel, the advertising will be really interesting in that kind of stuff, because they are turning to digital in all the airports. So if you're in London, Gatwick, they're gonna have digital panels that you could play. And I'm sure they will be interested in your idea.
Yeah, we'd love to partner with like a Clear Channel or JC2Co. So our two competitors would be digital signage, right, companies? But digital signage don't understand games, and they don't understand taking care of a user base. Like when you license a game like Tiger Woods PGA Tour, I'm like taking care of 8 million users, right, that play that. So they're not interested in that, extending that customer service. That's where we come in. They don't understand that component of what we do. The other side of it is the coin-op industry, the arcade industry, as most people call it. And what they don't understand is, media and advertising, right? So we sit in there. And what I love about this is, it goes in a mall or an airport, but it could also go in a Buffalo Wild Wings. It could go in a hotel. You can take this and bring it to a NASCAR event, and Coca-Cola could rent the whole kiosk and put it up there. Sports arenas are already interested in this. We're already in conversations with Walmart. I've met with Walmart already. So it's amazing how this thing could blend into any type of location by changing the format of it. Yes.
So if you go to this and you play the game, how long does it take you to go through the process of that?
So a minute if you play the game, right? If you don't play the game, it's only 5 seconds, right? So if you're in Buffalo Wild Wings, people want you to stay there longer. They want the dwell time to increase, so you're drinking beer and eating while you're there. But if you're in the mall, you're in a rush, right? You don't want the game component so much in there. So this thing can turn just into a coupon wheel, and then the experience is 5 seconds per coupon. The beauty from our perspective is we're making the same amount of money regardless if you play the game or not.
Right? So your turnaround on those really.
Right.
It's not a long while people wait to try to play it because something's going on.
Exactly. And then right now our mobile app allows you to store the coupons, tells you about the promotions there, but phase 2 in our mobile app is you're going to be able to duplicate the experience there onto your phone. So you don't have to so you don't have to worry about the line. Yeah.
So what is the camera in there for?
Oh, great question. It's currently a 2D camera, so it'll take your picture so you can go up onto the leaderboard over here. But it's eventually going to be a 3D camera. We spent $250,000 on a 3D camera. The 3D camera allows you to actually play games without touching it. So if we're talking to the NBA right now, you'll be able to shoot hoops, right? And then you get a coupon off the apparel. The 3D camera also has video conferencing ability. So we already have celebrities going on to this, and there's some bigger celebrities that we're talking to. So imagine, not that we're talking to George Clooney, but just for the sake of example, imagine like you're playing for George Clooney to meet him for dinner or something like that. He could just pop up on the screen and start talking to the person, which would be really neat. And that's, by the way, these prize promotions, like, I love the concert I did, that was my friend, that was amazing. And, but we could advertise your concerts here, right? We could advertise artists. And if we get great artists, like, if you look at Taylor Swift, Coca-Cola spent $50 million for her to do a promotion in Subway, right? And we saw it all on television. So why? Because she has access to 40 million users. So you get the right kind of artists in here, and or actors, or you start doing Walt Disney World tickets in Chicago during winter, you're going to get millions of people signing up for it.
So what's the hardware cost per unit, and how many engagements do you need to offset the initial investment cost of getting it into any very establishment?
Yeah, great point. So what we do is we work through a franchise model, and the franchisee is responsible for financing the kiosk. And we sell the kiosk at just a little bit above the cost. We're not interested in hardware costs. We're interested in the reoccurring revenue, right? My golf games, I didn't mention this, but in 3 years made $100 million. But I never participated in the $100 million. I was a manufacturer, right? And I made a cut of that. So I'm flipping the model upside down. We sell this thing at just about cost. All the revenue goes back to the franchisee until they get their money back, which is 3 months, right? So you can get your money back extremely quickly. And then you revenue share with our company for the life of the product.
What's the regulatory mark? Is there any regulation about this? There is some chance involved, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for bringing that up. So I gave out $1 million to my golf game, so I got familiar with all the laws and all the states, and there's a lot to that, right? So Prize kiosks in general is a multi-billion-dollar business. You can't walk into a Denny's or a Walmart or a Steak and Shake without seeing Prize machines. You just walk by and you probably don't even notice. But it's a massive business, right? Well, all of that is under cap, right? So you pay to win an iPad. I can tell you those machines are rigged. They simply are. There's no way to pay out 1 in 2,800 times and have it be skill-based. So a lot of attack under that. What makes this so amazing is the fact that it meets 2 criteria legally. One is no purchase is required, and second, it's for the purpose of advertising. And if you meet those 2 criteria, that's what makes it legal. So I believe we're gonna knock the whole prize machine business out.
If you win the car, you still have to pay taxes on it, right?
Oh, yeah. And by the way, the promotions and the promotion agreement is between you and the company, not us. We're the sponsor of it. They're the administrator. So we're building our social network off the back of advertisers who are giving us great prizes, right?
What is the smallest investment you'll accept?
Thank you. It's $10,000. And so our investors range from $10,000 to $500,000. That's my largest investor. Thank you. Can you hear a perspective?
How much did advertise, like Disney, or how much did they pay you, or how much pay you for an advertisement on your kiosk, like this one?
Okay, so I should clarify, that's an example. A lot of these are real advertisers, like Anthony's Pizza is real, 31's real, and so forth. But what they would do is they would pick a budget. They pick a budget and they say, hey, and if their budget's big enough, we will give exclusivity for that category on there. So if Disney says to us, or Carnival Cruise Line says, I want to be the only cruise line on there, and the budget's big enough, and they pay enough per engagement, we'll give them exclusivity. Does that make sense?
Is that per machine or is that, in total?
It could be for total. It could be total. You can sell exclusively, yeah.
So I understand the promotion that you're giving 25 cents per engagement that goes to franchising.
Right.
The performance-based advertising, is that all to the venue or is that also shared with the franchisee or how is that?
The venue makes, you're talking about the...
You mentioned the performance-based
Right.
advertising.
And the sale of the product itself?
Right.
Yes, so we charge currently we don't charge for any sale on the kiosk, but we will be. And it'll be an affiliate deal, like a 3 to 5% of it. So, and then we split the revenue equally between the franchisee, us, and the location. Pretty much. Yes, sir.
Who owns the customer or the engagement?
We don't share that data with anyone. But what we do is allow our advertisers to market through us to that demographic. So all of a sudden, if you're doing the Gasparilla Marathon, and I have access to people who are like Nike and like running, I'll market that to our database. What we want to do is protect that consumer, right? We're going to lose all kinds of trust if once you sign up, everybody's just hitting you. So very careful with that. Yes, sir.
Do you have any particular demographics that people would like to play this, or it depends on the product?
You're right, it depends on the product, right? So if I put One Direction up there, you might sign up. Or, just joking. You don't even know One Direction. So yeah, we're going to target, and price promotions are very good for that, for targeting an audience, right? And for registering people and for surveying, and that is just a fact that, it's going to be a $5.5 billion business. I don't know if I mentioned this, I think it's in the slide. Prize Promotions is currently $1 billion business growing to $5.5 billion in the next 3 years. So because of target marketing and because of the ability to build a digital database. So what's going to make us stand out in that crowd is that we offer that turnkey engagement. A turnkey service is setting up your whole promotion. Yes, sir.
How can the community help you grow this business and convince you that St. Pete's the right place to do it?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. No, we're in love with St. Pete, just so you know. Sean's given us a tour and stuff. We love it, so we'd love to come down here. So we're looking to raise some angel capital. I think we're going to close out. We have less than $1 million that'll be closed out in about 30 to 40 days. On the advertising side, we're going to be in Countryside and Citrus. And if you were to digitally advertise it at those locations, it would cost you $150 a day. We're offering, where you can advertise 100 to 150 for the whole month in each one of those locations. And you can see Bobby over there, and he'll help you out with that. So we're looking for advertisers. And then if you have a location that you think could benefit by having our kiosk in there, talk to us. It doesn't cost anything. We put it in there. We run all the promotions and drive traffic to your location. I believe this is going to be groundbreaking for small businesses out there, right? It gives the ability for us, we're actually going in there, partnering with a retail location, driving traffic to them, getting them to register, re-engaging them, driving them back, allowing you to cross-promote your business with other businesses. So if you're a bowling alley, for instance, one of our advertisers, he can cross-promote with the hotel. It's just unheard of, all for free. As a matter of fact, not free, we actually pay you part of the advertising, right? And our machines will make more per square foot than the core business that it goes into, simply because we represent so many products. So we really want this to be something groundbreaking for small businesses out in Florida.
Thank you. I do want to mention that on our board over here are a few entrepreneurial upcoming events. If you want more information and you haven't signed up yet for our newsletter, the sign-up sheet is in back. You get 2 emails a week, one on Tuesday telling you who will be here on Wednesday, and one at the end of the week telling you who was here, links to their websites, links to the events. So there's a clipboard back by the door if you would like to sign up. If you have signed up in the past and aren't getting them, we may not have been able to read it. So feel free to write it down again. But if you are a very legible writer, then it may be stuck in spam, or maybe we entered it wrong. So we're happy to talk to you about that as well. If you would like to present, if you think it's pretty cool being up here, want to share your business and what the community can do for you, under 3 years in business, scalable, under 4 years. I like under 3, but under 4 years in business, scalable, or a nonprofit idea, talk to us, go online, request to present. We work with you on presenting and scheduling the format. So it's not scary, we don't just throw you up here. And there are other past presenters in the room that are also happy to talk to you. So thank you for coming. We will see you next week.